Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance for this fine Wednesday. I am Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, America's kick-ass coach and psychologist. Here are some words of wisdom to get us off and rolling. And I love this card deck. It's probably my favorite card deck. It is by the sister and brother-in-law of a friend of mine, Bobby Silverstone, who is a yoga instructor and breathwork teacher. And it is the Nature Portals deck by Bruce and Carol Malnor. And the subtitle on the cards, Inspiration Through the Peace and Beauty of Nature. So we have an interesting card today. So I'll show you the card first. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. We have feet walking across the sand. So let's just settle in to adjust our energy field to receive this message, because this is a really good one. Actually, let's rub our hands a little bit. Warming up those hand chakras, getting the energy flowing. All right, and then you just hold them out and close your eyes. A couple of nice deep breaths in and out. Just bringing yourself to right here, right now. Ready to receive this message in whatever way is divinely right for you. And after we cleansed our lenses yesterday, hopefully the message penetrates more deeply in terms of resonating for you and helping you make adjustments on a daily basis. And this is going to run counter to what many people believe right now, what people are struggling with, which is a good thing, The world is a friendly place. Take your next step. The world is a friendly place. Take your next step. And as someone who has lived many years with fears about the world and how unsafe it is, etc., etc., I've had this card repeatedly and have worked very diligently to adjust my beliefs about that. Because again, from yesterday, the filters that we have influence what we see. So if we believe the world is a dangerous place, we are going to see danger around every corner. If we believe the world is a friendly place, it will appear so. So let me read the card first, and then I have some other things I want to share. Find a place that appeals to you and go for a walk. So you can do so right now in your mind. Again, your brain is just a processor, so it doesn't really know the difference between fantasy and reality. So let's give it the fantasy right now, and you can engage in the reality sometime today, hopefully. Actually, here it's supposed to be warm. We're supposed to get up to a whole 39 whopping degrees. So I think my administrative assistant and friend Marlo and I are going to do a ceremonial burning. It's time to release a bunch of stuff, and I have a pile that's ready to be released. So I think we're going to do that today. If you would like, set the intention that you're putting whatever you're ready to release into our sacred fire. We'll be happy to hold space for whatever you're ready to release to go up in smoke with our stuff. So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to find a place in nature. It may be a place you know. It may be a place that comes forth and presents itself to you. But find a place in nature where you can walk. 5 minutes of walking in nature will refresh your mind and body. So I'd like you to set off on your walk. And perhaps you're walking on sand. Perhaps you're walking on the earth, grasses, a well-worn path, walking through a meadow, wherever you are, just walking. Engage your senses. I'm going to slow this way down for all of us. Engage your senses. What do you see as you walk in nature? Wherever you are, what do you see? And I want you to look with a couple of kinds of eyes. I want you to look with those micro eyes, almost like hawk eyes, seeing all the little things around you. Might be little plants, might be little animals, noticing the micro, the minutia, the little, enjoying those. as you walk past. And then I'd like you to expand your vision to the macro, the big picture. Look beyond the area where you are. Take in everything. You may see trees, you may see bodies of water, you may see mountains, sky, whatever you see. That bigger, expansive consciousness, that field of infinite possibilities, seeing it all. What do you hear as you walk along? Tune in your ears. What are the very obvious sounds? It might be like a bird calling. It might be leaves rustling. What are the very subtle sounds? Perhaps it's the hum of a bug. Perhaps it's the breeze blowing gently through something. What do you hear? Now engage your nose. What do you smell? What do you smell? It might be that fresh spring smell, depending on where you are, what time of year it is you're walking. Might be that beautiful damp autumn leaf smell. Might be the musty smell of Mother Earth turned over. Whatever you smell, enjoy that smell. Or those smells. It might be a cacophony of smells. Is there anything nearby that you can taste? Perhaps some berries on a bush or fruit on a tree. Something you can taste. And touch. I'd like you to reach out and touch something. Maybe it's time to become a tree hugger. What can you touch? Maybe it's green, soft moss. Maybe it's stiff, bristly deer moss. Maybe it's the bark on a tree. What can you touch? And then set off walking again, moving at a pace that is comfortable for you, and paying attention to what it feels like moving forward one step at a time. You may want to go barefoot. Maybe you pitch your shoes or boots to the side. I have a friend who, even in the dead of winter, when we'd have a Wabano Lodge, she would take her shoes off and walk in the dirt around the circle, connecting to Mother Earth. But just walking along and being attentive to how it feels to put one foot in front of the other. Maybe for a period of time you hop, 2 feet moving forward at once. How does that feel different than 1 foot in front of the other? Just enjoying your journey. And I'd like you to arrive at it might be a stone, it might be a log that's fallen, it might be a bench, a place where you can sit. And just rest for a moment, taking in a nice deep breath, letting it go, adding your energy to this beautiful scene where you are. You're bringing positive energy that flows through you to this beautiful scene. It's an exchange. You're receiving from this place where you are and all that inhabits it, and you're giving back to this place where you are. It is an energetic exchange. And imagine how much better off the earth will be as we do this more and more. Deep energetic exchange with our Mother Earth. And then when you're ready, I'd like you to thank all that is around you for participating with you today. And again, when you're ready, you can open your eyes, coming back to the present moment, bringing with you all those beautiful sensations from your walk in nature. And then we have a quote from Kahlil Gibran. Forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet, and the wind longs to play with your hair. How's that for interconnectedness? I love that. I love that. And I just wanted to share a little bit from our excuse me, full moon ceremony last night. It was a wild ride. The internet was so not cooperating with us. I don't think we've ever had one that was that challenging. So Kayleen kept getting kicked off, and then I was kicked off for a chunk of time. I think we ended up with 3 different videos that'll have to be pieced together to send out to the folks who signed up but couldn't be present. So it was quite a challenge. But within that challenge, we had some very interesting things. And I just wanted to share a little bit of that because I think it's going to help, especially over the next couple of days. Okay? So, what we are going through right now is called the Great Awakening. You've all heard of the Age of Aquarius, which is what we are in right now. But there's a part of this that is called the Great Awakening. And we're going to be going through some experiences. You can do charts not just for individuals, you can do charts for nations. So the US chart is showing that we're coming into a period where Pluto is going to line up 3 particular times, one in the next couple of days, and we may see some kind of a national event happen. It may not be overly understandable at the time that it happens. There's going to be 2 more rounds of that. Pluto actually circles through, I guess it's like every 248 years or something like that. So within a lifetime, we don't see a complete Pluto circle, but the United States will. And we're there. So the first one is in a few days. The second one is in July, and that offers a clearer understanding of what happened in February. And then in December, there's a third one at the end of December, and that offers more of a closure on that whole process. So should something unusual happen in the next couple of days, know that it kind of fits. It's nothing to have to be afraid of. It's part of this energy that's flowing toward the Great Awakening. And a full moon spotlights what we are focusing on. So the full moon right now is shining a light on what we need to pay attention to. And hopefully we're really good about paying attention to it. One of the things that I talked about last night was setting intention. Again, I just completed that 4-day Denise Lynn clutter clearing thing, and she was a champion of intention setting. And make it formal. Make it formal. So the one I did yesterday is right here on a little white note card, and it came from the clutter clearing the previous day that opened up some energy flow. And I saw a pattern that's happening in my life and has happened for quite a while, which is in the morning, I'm lovely. Everything's wonderful. I love doing this YEMIG with all of you. I wouldn't do it every day for years and years and years if I didn't love it, right? I love doing my meditating. I love doing my journaling. I love writing on my book now. Morning is my time. I just love morning. Afternoon, I usually see clients. I work. I invest a lot of energy in what I'm doing with people. And then in the evening, I am depleted, out of gas, no energy. And so I want to do things that fill me back up, and I tend to pick not well. I'm going to have some junk food. I think chips sound good, or some sugar. Let's have some sugar. it's time for that pattern to change. And what I decided was it's the middle stage of that pattern that needs to change, that I need to go back to. I was doing this really well for a chunk of time. And then you know how you kind of atrophy back into old patterns. So channeling spirit energy, letting it move through me to work with clients. Instead of me hemorrhaging my energy, channeling it through me. So it's not draining me. I'm the hollow reed. It just moves through me. So my card says, each morning I open to the flow of God's energy through me, especially with regard to work. I am no longer depleted by work, but filled and energized. So the card, 3x5 card, I mean, these are cheap, people. We can do this, right? Is going to sit right here. And I'm going to work on this one for a period of time. When it feels like this one is now habitual, I'll pick something else that needs to be addressed. But I'd love for all of you to do this too. Become far more intentional about your life, especially with the clutter clearing. Denise Lynn talked about linking up intention with everything we do. So as I clear this dresser drawer, I'm clearing my lenses to see life clearly. As I clean off my desk, I'm open to receiving my new work. As I dig all the junk out from under the bed, I'm making space for a new relationship to come to me. Whatever it is, just, you know, make it up that works for you. But as you're doing some kind of clearing, or as you're engaging in some behavior, as I wash my car, I'm washing stuck energy off of me. Whatever it is, okay? Love to have you practice this with me. We can all learn and grow together, right? So I'm up to 17 minutes. Chatty again today. But I'm going to read the quote again from Kahlil Gibran because I think it's a lovely little call to do this. Forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet, and the wind longs to play with your hair. So I want you to take your hair outside today. Feel some wind, okay? Again, here it's going to be warmer for once, so I'm going to be out there enjoying that nicer weather. Have an awesome day. Love to hear what your intentions are. If you want to put them in the feeds on the various platforms that this is going to air on, I'd love to hear what you're going to set for an intention today and moving forward. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.